So today I wanted to talk about annoyance and how we can transform that annoyance into unconditional love for others and ourselves as well. So it's like, when you get annoyed with yourself or with something that someone else is doing or a particular way that someone else is behaving, and perhaps it's just sort of grating at you and it's something that it just annoys you for whatever reason. It just annoys you. So we tend to use this word quite a lot, don't we? Like, oh, I'm really annoyed at you, or this is really annoying me. And I was just kind of examining it, and I know for me, I've had opportunity in the last year or so to really look at this annoyance thing and find ways to release it. So it's basically about how we can transform our annoyance into more unconditional love and acceptance of either a circumstance, a situation, or a person. Because sometimes it's maybe someone else's behavior so that triggers us. And really what we're saying is, well, I don't love you unless you behave a particular way. I'm not going to love you unless you please me all the time. So really it's about letting that person or situation off the hook, because it's not about pleasing you all the time. And where does that come from? It comes from a certain sort of, you've been building preferences throughout your life. So it's like, you know what you like, you know what you don't like, you know what you prefer, you know what you don't prefer. But really what we're doing is, if we get annoyed by someone else and believe that that person is the root cause of our annoyance, we're basically putting them in a prison. We're imprisoning them and cocooning them, by sort of blaming that person or situation for our own annoyance, which is basically just a trigger. So we're getting triggered by what's going on out here. And the reason why it isn't true is because you could take person B standing next to you, who is also in relationship with this person or circumstance or situation, and they're not getting triggered. They're just completely cool with it. So it's really just about how we respond to situations or people, and how we're so quickly to kind of blame someone else. So what I'm really wanting to focus on is how to use the reflection, the mirror of your circumstance or that person. How can you use the mirror to see something within yourself and transform it? So the next time you see annoyance, because annoyance is kind of like a form of contraction. You feel it, your body tenses up. It's like, that annoys me. So it's like a mild contraction that we feel within us. So how can we use the situation and the trigger point, which is that contraction and sense of tension within our bodies? How can we release that or transform it into complete allowing, complete acceptance, complete unconditional love for just what is? So how can we allow things to just be as they are without projecting our own preferences onto it, our own needs for it to be or look a particular way? So it's really about freeing up people and circumstances for the need to please us, our little selves, our little ego. So it was just something to look at, and if this resonates with you, then fair enough. So it's just, how can you transform that annoyance? How can you use the situation or circumstance to release that tension that you're holding on to? So where are you holding on, and why are you holding on? So annoyance is like holding on to an idea. That person should be this way, they should be behaving this way that I would prefer, that would please me more. So it's about freeing the circumstances up, freeing the people up in our lives as well, so that we know that we're completely responsible for our triggers and whatever it is that initiates that form of tension or contraction. So when we take full responsibility for that, it's a matter of transforming it within ourselves, not trying to change everything out there to sort it out, to appease ourselves. It's not about changing things and forms and situations out there. It's really about releasing the contractions. Where are we holding on? Why are we holding on? So it's about letting go, breathing it out, letting go of the tensions and the contractions, releasing our reactions, releasing the drama. There's no need for the drama anymore. Everyone has free will to be his or herself. Everyone wants complete unconditional acceptance and love. So we can give them that, or we can be the example of that, by taking full responsibility for our triggers and allowing them to just be who they are. So that's really what it's about today, my video. So something for you to look at and examine and just see where you can let go, where can you release, where can you just breathe out and, release that trigger, because the more that we can release these triggers within ourselves, the more peace we will find in ourselves. So it's just about letting go of the triggers and knowing that they're nothing to do with the person or condition out there. Is something that we're doing ourselves. And so how can we transform it? By complete love and acceptance of the situations, of the forms, of the people around us, and realize that it's nothing to do with them. It's just a contraction that's coming up within ourselves. And so do what you need to do. Breathe, take a walk, take a bath, relax, release, even say to the person or condition, thank you for showing me where I'm getting triggered, and I'd now like to release you with complete love, unconditional acceptance and love. Okay, have a beautiful day, and thank you for listening.